Family, this is a gamer who had a tragic accident and then went oof. And what I'm about to show you might be the craziest thing you've ever seen. One day, this little gamer was playing Roblox and then got super mad. And then after losing 100,000 Robux later, he went oof just like that. Wait a second. You're not a gamer. You're not a human! You got 4 legs, a cute tail! And wait a second. A doggy smell! Family, meet the brand new character of our family, Puppy Nuggy! Puppy Nuggy is a cute little puppy with a chicken nuggy face and chicken nuggy paws. And he is the softest, the fluffiest family member we've ever made. Puppy Nuggy is available for adoption at AnythingAlexia.com this November 28th. So if you want the cutest puppy in your hands, get Puppy Nuggy at AnythingAlexia.com on November 28th. Oh, he's so soft and so cute. I love you. Oh, he just said it back. Family, today me and brand new Puppy Nuggy are going to be looking at the worst gamer accidents ever. Smash like on today's video so you don't get into an accident while playing games too. Or smash like on today's video if you love puppies. And comment down below, I love Puppy Nuggy if you want him. Because Puppy Nuggy wants to meet you. Oh yeah, and Puppy Nuggy says subscribe to AnythingAlexia too, or else he'll be sad. Oh no, family, quick, subscribe! Accident number 1, StarCraft.
On August 5th, 2005, 28-year-old Lee Sung-seop entered an internet cafe in Daegu, South Korea. He ordered a soda, logged into StarCraft, and began playing.
Sir, why is that laptop 5 times the size of your head? That thing is literally the size of a giant rug. And then you could have your own StarCraft adventure. Flying on your magic carpet ride.
Hours turned into days. Witnesses said he rarely moved from his chair, taking only short breaks to the toilet. By the second night, he had been at the keyboard for nearly 50 hours. His posture sagged, his eyes bloodshot, but he kept clicking. The cafe manager urged him to stop, but Lee shook his head and loaded another match.
Hey, what's that, Puppy Nuggy? What do you have to say? Oh, even you're telling the gamer to go away? Oh, Puppy Nuggy! I mean, I want to disagree, but low-key, you're right.
At dawn on the 3rd day, he suddenly collapsed. Paramedics arrived quickly, but he was unresponsive. At the hospital, doctors confirmed cardiac arrest brought on by exhaustion, dehydration, and blood clotting from immobility. He was pronounced dead shortly after arrival.
No! Wait, you're telling me that dude went, ooh? Woof. Yeah, exactly! All from playing a video game? Whoa. I don't know, Puppy Nuggy. Maybe we should go outside and play fetch instead. Accident number 2! Pokemon Go!
On July 9th, 2017, in Iloilo City, Philippines, a 12-year-old boy was playing Pokemon Go with friends. They wandered near a construction site while searching for digital creatures. The boy, holding his phone, climbed onto a metal structure close to overhead power lines. Witnesses said he lost his balance and reached out for support. His hand made contact with a live electrical cable. A loud crack followed, and he collapsed instantly. Friends screamed for help, and bystanders rushed over. Emergency responders arrived quickly, but the boy showed no signs of life.
And he also showed no signs of having a brain. If you're going to climb up an electrical pole and think, hey, this must be okay. No way!
He was pronounced dead from electrocution. Authorities confirmed that he had been distracted by the game, which led him into a dangerous area.
Because he was playing Pokemon Go. Really, Pokemon Go is where you look on your phone and see Pokemon in the game, but you actually have to go find them in real life. So this dude must have been climbing up that pole to try and find a Pokemon. Except, oopsie daisy, the place he was looking was definitely wrong.
The accident was covered by local news outlets and cited as part of a series of Pokemon Go-related fatalities worldwide. Where players, focused on the screen, entered dangerous environments.
Whoa. Family, that's crazy. If you love Pokemon or Roblox or even Minecraft too, smash like on today's video to make sure that's not you. Because I need you all to be safe. Accident number 3, Minecraft.
On July 19th, 2015, a 17-year-old boy entered an internet cafe in Pampanga, Philippines. He logged into Minecraft and began what became a marathon session. Witnesses said he played for almost 3 straight days, taking only brief naps at the desk.
What?
Staff grew concerned when they noticed he had not eaten properly and had barely moved from his chair. On the 3rd day, as he leaned forward to type, his body went limp. He collapsed onto the keyboard and did not get up again. Friends called for help, and staff attempted first aid. Paramedics arrived, but pronounced him dead at the scene.
What?
Local doctors later cited cardiac failure linked to severe exhaustion and dehydration after continuous gaming.
Oh my gosh, poor guy. All he wanted to do was play with a couple blocks. And now he's gonna be stuck in his own block. Under the ground. Oh no! Accident number 4, Call of Duty.
On December 28th, 2017, 2 Call of Duty players in the United States got into an online argument over a $1.50 wagered match.
What?
One player, Casey Viner, asked another, Tyler Barris, to swat his opponent by calling police to his address. Barris dialed 911 in Los Angeles and reported a fake hostage situation in Wichita, Kansas.
Oh no, bad idea.
The address he gave was not his rival's, but belonged to 28-year-old Andrew Finch, who had no connection to the dispute. Police surrounded Finch's home. When he opened the door, officers ordered him to raise his hands. Confused, he moved slightly, and an officer fired a single shot. Finch was killed instantly in front of his family. The case shocked the gaming world. Barris was later sentenced to 20 years in prison, while Viner received a shorter sentence.
Wait, that's crazy, family. You should never, ever, ever swat someone. It's so dangerous. It's so bad. And in this case, ended in death. R.I.P. Accident number 5, Wii!
On December 28th, 2009, 25-year-old Tim Eves from Sittingbourne, Kent, received a Nintendo Wii Fit as a Christmas present.
Oh my gosh,
Excited
so
to try
fun.
it, he began using the console's fitness programs on Boxing Day. Family members later reported that he exercised intensely for several hours with the balance board and aerobic mini-games. That evening, after finishing a workout, he complained of chest pains and shortness of breath. His mother urged him to rest. Minutes later, he collapsed in the living room. Paramedics were called immediately. Despite resuscitation attempts, he was declared dead at the scene. An inquest found that Tim had suffered a sudden cardiac arrhythmia. Though rare, doctors noted that strenuous physical activity can sometimes trigger fatal heart irregularities in young adults. The case was widely reported in the UK as the first known death linked to Wii Fit activity.
So he was working out too much? And then his heart just said, yeah, I'm tired, good night? For the rest of his life? What the? We Fit? Sounds more like we fight. A heart attack! Accident number 6, Counter-Strike.
February 26, 2010, in Chongqing, China, 2 men in their 20s sat in an internet cafe playing Counter-Strike. They began to argue over strategy and insults in the game. Witnesses said the argument grew heated, with both shouting loud enough to attract attention across the room. One man stood up and pushed the other. Staff intervened and briefly separated them, but the fight continued outside the cafe. The aggressor grabbed a knife and stabbed his opponent multiple times in the chest and abdomen. Bystanders called for help, but the victim collapsed on the pavement before paramedics arrived. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police quickly arrested the attacker, who admitted to losing his temper during the argument. The killing was widely reported in Chinese media as another example of internet cafe disputes turning deadly.
This accident does not seem like Counter-Strike's fault. Seems more like a psycho, violent human being that is on the loose and somehow has access to a computer too. And he's at an internet cafe playing too? How's this dude able to have a giant knife in his pocket but not able to get Wi-Fi at home? Go home, bro! You're evil. Accident number 7, Grand Theft Auto.
On August 3rd, 2008, in Bangkok, Thailand, 18-year-old high school student Paul Wat Chino hailed a taxi late at night. When they reached his destination, instead of paying, he pulled a knife and attacked the 54-year-old driver.
What?
He stabbed him multiple times before dragging the body from the car and attempting to drive away. Witnesses quickly alerted police, who intercepted him only minutes later. He confessed that he had been playing Grand Theft Auto and wanted to know what it felt like to hijack a car in real life. Investigators said he showed no signs of intoxication or mental illness, only fixation on the game. The teenager was charged with murder and robbery. He was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. Thai authorities responded by temporarily pulling copies of Grand Theft Auto 4 from store shelves, citing the killing as evidence of dangerous influence. The crime received international coverage and became one of the first game-inspired homicides.
Wait, because there was stealing cars in a game, people thought IRL it's okay? That's not how it works. But apparently it is for crazy people. That's terrifying. Accident number 8, virtual reality.
On December 21st, 2017, a 44-year-old man in Moscow, Russia, was at home using a virtual reality headset. He moved through his apartment while immersed in the game, unaware of obstacles around him. Investigators later determined that he stumbled while playing and crashed directly into a glass table. The impact shattered the surface, slicing deep into his body. Alone in the apartment, he was unable to call for help. Neighbors reported hearing a loud crash, but did not enter. Hours later, family members found him lying in the living room surrounded by broken glass.
No!
He had bled to death from severe wounds to his head and neck. Moscow authorities confirmed the accident, noting that it was one of the first recorded cases of a fatality linked directly to the use of a VR headset. The unusual circumstances attracted international attention, with headlines highlighting the hidden dangers of playing immersive games in unsafe environments.
Wait a second, if that happened to him while he was playing in VR, then does that mean if anybody else wants to be safe, we gotta buy ourselves a baby gate? Because apparently if we don't put that thing around us, protecting us from walking gosh knows where, that VR headset on our face will cause us to fall, tumble, and despair. Oh, puppy Nuggy! I'd rather just go on a real walk with you instead. Like at shopalexia.com on November 28th, where you can adopt puppy Nuggy that exact day. Then you can go on as many walks with him as you want. Accident number 9, World of Warcraft.
On February 1st, 2007, a 26-year-old man walked into an internet cafe in Guangzhou, China.
Not another internet cafe. Family, we already know what happens with these.
Sat down, opened World of Warcraft, and began to play. Witnesses later said he barely spoke, only pausing for instant noodles or brief toilet breaks.
I mean, fair. Instant noodles are fire.
Day 1 passed, then day 2. He remained in the same seat, eyes fixed on the screen, fingers steady on the mouse. By the 3rd day, his movement slowed. At 10 a.m., he suddenly slumped forward onto the desk. Other customers thought he had fallen asleep. After several minutes without motion, staff went to check. They shook his shoulder, but he was limp. An ambulance was called. When paramedics arrived, he showed no pulse. Doctors at the nearest hospital declared him dead, citing cardiac arrest linked to extreme exhaustion and dehydration after 3 days of continuous gaming.
Not again! Gosh, somebody bring these kids a water bottle. Maybe a couple French fries or 2. Seriously, these games got their brains all messed up. And now they don't even remember how to be a human. Accident number 10, Halo.
On October 20th, 2007, in Wellington, Ohio, 16-year-old Daniel Petrick argued with his parents after they confiscated his copy of Halo 3. They had locked the game in a safe, believing he had become dangerously addicted. While they were out, Daniel discovered where the key was hidden and retrieved both the game and his father's pistol. When his parents returned, he confronted them in the living room. He asked them to close their eyes, saying he had a surprise. Instead, he raised the pistol and fired. His mother, Susan, was killed instantly. His father, Mark, was shot in the head, but survived. Daniel attempted to frame his father by placing the gun in his hand. Paramedics arrived quickly and saved him. Daniel was arrested and later sentenced to 23 years to life in prison. The case shocked the United States, raising questions about violent video games and teenage obsession.
That's crazy! That's the worst story I've heard so far! Puppy Nuggy, block your cute puppy ears. You can't hear this! You're just a baby. Nope. Sorry. I meant a puppy. Which is technically a baby dog, but whatever, Puppy Nuggy. You're right. Accident number 11, Pokemon!
On September 7th, 2016, 2 men in Tokushima Prefecture, Japan, were playing Pokemon Go along a coastal path. The mobile game, which used GPS and augmented reality, had become a global sensation only weeks earlier. Players often followed the app into unfamiliar areas while chasing virtual creatures. That afternoon, the men, aged 21 and 22, walked together while staring at their phones. The trail narrowed near a steep drop overlooking the sea. Focused on the screen, They failed to notice the edge. Both fell from a height of more than 65 feet.
No!
Emergency responders were called immediately by nearby witnesses. One of the men was found alive but badly injured. The other was discovered at the base of the cliff, unresponsive. He was declared dead at the hospital a short time later. Japanese authorities urged players to pay more attention to their surroundings, and the case received wide coverage in national and international media.
R.I.P. Accident number 12! League of Legends.
On November 14, 2012, a 23-year-old man entered an internet cafe in Wuhan, China. He sat at a terminal, logged into League of Legends, and began to play. Staff said he had been a regular customer, sometimes staying for long sessions, but this time he remained in his seat for nearly 23 hours without pause. Other patrons noticed him shifting uncomfortably, rubbing his chest.
That's
but he
so
kept on
long.
Playing. As the morning turned into afternoon, his body weakened. At 3 p.m., he suddenly slumped back in his chair. His arms fell to his side, the mouse slipped from his hand. The attendant rushed over, calling his name, but he was unresponsive. Paramedics were summoned immediately. By the time they arrived, his pulse was faint and irregular. He was transported to a nearby hospital, where doctors attempted to resuscitate him. He was declared dead shortly afterward. Medical staff attributed the death to cardiac arrest brought on by fatigue, dehydration, and prolonged immobility. It was one of several such incidents reported in China during that period.
Really, this just keeps happening over and over and over again. People are not taking breaks. They're addicted. Accident number 13. Lineage number 2.
March 29th, 2005 in Shanghai, two friends, Qiu Chengwei and Zhu Kaoyuan, played the online game Lineage 2. Qiu loaned
I've never
Zhu
heard
a
of this
powerful
game.
virtual sword, the Dragon Saber. Weeks later, Zhu sold it for 7,200 yuan without permission.
Whoa.
Furious, Qiu demanded its return. When Zhu refused, Qiu reported the theft to police. At the time, Chinese law did not recognize virtual property as real, and no charges were filed. On the evening of March 29th, Qiu confronted Zhu in person. The argument escalated into violence. Qiu drew a knife and stabbed Zhu repeatedly. Zhu died from his wounds. Qiu was arrested at the scene. In June 2005, he was convicted of murder and sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole. The killing became one of the first high-profile cases linking disputes over virtual items to real-world homicide, sparking debate in China over the value and legal status of digital property.
Wait, that's so crazy, family. And if you want to see the craziest last story yet, smash like on today's video right now because we're about to see the final accident. Woohoo! Whoa! Go, Puppy Nuggy, go. Did he just say his first word? Accident number 14! The Pokemon train.
On August 23rd, 2016, in Tokushima Prefecture, Japan, a 39-year-old truck driver was driving on a rural road while playing Pokemon Go. Distracted by the game, he failed to see two women crossing at a railway intersection.
Oh no!
The truck struck both pedestrians.
No!
One woman, aged 72, died instantly.
Not an old lady. It's always the cute old ladies.
The second, aged 60, was rushed to hospital with critical
not
injuries
a middle-aged
and died
lady?
shortly afterward. Witnesses said the driver never braked before impact. Police arrested the man at the scene. He admitted he had been playing Pokemon Go behind the wheel. Prosecutors charged him with dangerous driving resulting in death. The case made national headlines in Japan, where the government had already issued public safety warnings about the game. Following the tragedy, Niantic, the game's developer, added new warnings for players not to use the app while operating vehicles. Despite the changes, the Tokushima crash remains one of the deadliest incidents linked to mobile gaming distraction.
Warning, do not use game while driving? Like, duh. It's like saying, please use spoon while eating soup. Or like saying, go to shoplexia.com on November 28th to adopt our brand new Puppy Nuggy. Family, if you like today's video, smash like and subscribe to Anything Alexia. Click any video right here for the next Anything Alexia episode, or click right here to go to shoplexia.com and get all the Nuggyland plushie characters and Puppy Nuggy, who's available this November 28th. Me, Puppy Nuggy, and all the Nuggyland characters love you so much, and we'll see you all in tomorrow's video.